Williamson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin van Lukener certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.
Welcome, World Sidecarcross lovers. We are at the final round of this year's stunning championship, and we find ourselves in the most beautiful part of northwestern Italy. We're only about 80 miles from the French Riviera. The weather is stunning. This part of the world is unspoiled. It's as it was created 200-300 years ago. Picturesque, traditional, and very, very typically Italian. Pizzas to be found everywhere. I've actually become quite a pizza fan, but you can have too much of a good thing, but not this part of the world. Just how beautiful is that? The track, well, that is carved in the side of a mountain. Look at the scenery round here. The series kicked off in Portugal, it seems 100 years ago, but it was only a few months. Alquiadão, near Torres Novas, in Portugal, and what a start it was for the Leobardis twins, who were absolutely fantastic. What a way to start their second only season. Onto the deep sand of Holland. The Leobardis boys were strong there as well. They had an immense following. Pruniers did well, Tim Prull was going, but once again, the twins from Latvia stood on top of the podium. France was a different ballgame, possibly, because Kilian and Evan Prunier very much fancied success on their home soil, and in actual fact, in the sunshine of Plomion, the Prunier boys were absolutely excellent. Cramelin was difficult with the weather, tricky track, but again, the Leobardis boys were good despite a couple of crashes. Look at that. Look at the mud. One day's racing in Cramelin, a few incidents, but still the Leobardis boys held on. Van Lukener's red plate was slipping away onto Poland. What could they do in Poland? Well, Koen Hermans and Ben van den Bogart were very, very fast when they were going, but they weren't always going. Again, the Leobardis boys had a great, great ride. Poland's a good track. We all loved it. Hermans loved it. So did the Leobardis boys. On top of the box in Gdansk. Rommel, though, was where it all changed for them. The deep sand proved to be their undoing. And that is when the red plate slipped from the hands of the Latvians into Van Lukener and Glenn Janssen's hands, and they were always coming. They were always looking strong. Etienne Bax made a return, a one-off ride for the 5 times world champion, but Van Lukener made it to the top. France then, FIM in Brittany. Again, spectacular weather. Home ground for the Prunier boys. Could they make it double victory in France? Well, he came close, I can tell you. FIM was just amazing. The weather was great, the people were wonderful. Van Lukener and Janssens were riding well, as indeed were Kilian and Evan Prunier. The Leobardis boys knew that that red plate had gone for the moment, but that was not going to stop them from trying to reclaim it. Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard too had a fantastic ride in FIM. 2 French Grand Prix were absolutely a must on the calendar, and we must do it again. Germany, in the heat of Straßbessenbach, there was a big church and there was a small church. A model church in the village set the scene, but could the Leobardis boys claim that red plate back? It was still firmly with Van Lukener, and he was building on the lead round by round. On to Rudelsburg in Germany. That would be the next one. It was a long gap, actually, 6 weeks away before we went to Rudelsburg from Straßbessenbach. And that points gap for Van Lukener must have been a very, very nervous time. The Latvian fans were desperate for Leobardis to play catch-up, but Koen Hermans and Ben van den Bogart once again had a problem, so very, very fast, but not all the time. And that is the problem. Reliability had proved to be Hermans' downfall. Something for Hermans had to change, but not Van Lukener. He was smiling once again. He was on target to retain his title. Another brilliant ride for Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard, consolidating their 5th place in the standings. Germany then, again, Rudersberg, where we've seen wet races and dry races. They had heavy rain leading up to the Rudersberg GP, but the track was in perfect condition. Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard would emerge champions after Germany. What a race that was for them. Daniel Willemsen, the old master, 10 times a world champion, still going well. Could the Little Bardis boys do something special? Well, they were thwarted once again. The British crew of Wilkinson and Millard reigned supreme, but Van Luken and Glenn Janssens held on to their championship advantage, and it was indeed looking an uphill struggle for anyone trying to catch them. The points gap almost too big going into La Colla, the final round. Marvin Van Luken and Glenn Janssens bring a 31-point lead here to Italy in the standings. Marvin, it's fair to say you have more than one hand on the championship.
Yeah, that's true, but it's a mechanical sport, so it's still focus, and we will do that. So I hope we can make it after the first race already, but mechanical sport, maybe we had a DNF, so then we need to fight the whole day long, but let's make the best of it, and hopefully after the first race we can make it.
Lommel was the turning point for you, but was there any time before Lommel that you thought it might just be slipping away?
Oh yeah, I think we start already bad the season in Portugal. We had one DNF while we riding in front, so we always believe what we can, and with the whole team we work always hard. Everyone around us also, so we need to believe that it was still possible, and you see in Lommel everything changed, and we was in the lead and till now.
Whatever happens this weekend, Daniel and Bruno Lielbardis have put themselves well and truly on the radar. It's been a fantastic season for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, of course, especially the first 3 or 4 races of the season. They were especially good for us, Portugal and Herde. We took both wins, and maybe after half the season our luck changed a bit, but we are still happy with the result. We still have 2 races to go, so anything can happen.
At your ages, I mean, you're now 18, but still very, very young. The whole career is ahead of you. Where's it going to go from here? World Championship next year and World Champion?
Of course, we hope that if we don't get it this year, that next year we can get it, and maybe coming years also we can get it. But for sure, if we don't get it now, then for sure next year the plan is to get the World Championship.
The Prunier brothers have got a very solid 3rd place with 2 races just to go. Evan, you would have to do something really bad not to keep that.
Yeah, we had to ride with our head. We had to continue to riding as we do since the beginning of the year. So yes, it will be a good weekend, I think, for us. Track looks good, so
I'm sure you're happy with 3rd. Are you surprised because top 5 was your target?
Yeah, we were targeting top 5. We are top 3rd. So yes, that's huge for us. Really cool, and we'll try to keep this place until Sunday evening.
This is the part in the show when we talk about the track. We can't do all the track, obviously, because it's such a long way round, but there's no better man to talk about this track than Patrick Torini, the 2023 EMX Quad Cross Championship holder and winner. He narrowly lost it this year, but he designed and built this track along with his father. And I have to say, Patrick, it's very good. How do you think the track works for sidecars as well?
Yeah, I think the track, it's very simple for sidecar. The jump is really smooth and better for sidecar. Maybe for quad it's too easy, but yesterday it was fun. And we building this track, but the original track it's an old track, and I building some new corners and new jumps, and I follow the American style for more new
spectacle?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, spectacle. Was there some track here before you came? Has there always been a track here? Was there a track or did you make everything from the woods, from scratch?
Yeah, the old track is building. It's old tree, and when we go to here, we take a little track and very old, and me and my dad, my family, it start to working and make a new design, new large track for.
You should be very proud.
Yeah.
Well, here's how they line up, because we've had some issues here with regard to timings, and certain regulations mean that all the sidecars were compressed into one day, so qualifying as we know it did not happen. But Prunier, Hermans, based on time practice, Lefric, Leobardis, Williamson, Pruma, Sanders, Kerben. Good to see Kerben back and going well with Dion Rietman. Marvin van Luken and Glenn Janssens, well, they won't get the best of starts from there. See what I mean about the spectacular scenery? It is terrific. What a track. Hewn out of the mountainside here. Lots of ups and downs, brilliant jumps, and always the mountains to look at should you get bored. Unlikely to get bored though, because the racing is going to be terrific. We have just 2 Grand Prix races, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. The Leobardis boys trailing by 31 points. What can they do? Well, tension building, Kerben, Rietman, a traditional pre-race ritual for Van Lukener. That is for his father. "30 minutes past 2 laps in. The quick line is on the right-hand side. As we look at it, I can see Prunier there. I can see Hermans there. It looks to me like Tim Prumet is there. Then Leffering's moving across. Have a look. That's where the quick guys are going to come from. But Van Lukener is pretty much right in the middle alongside Hermans. Hermans is there. I can see Kerben. Van Lukener to the left as I look at it. Justin Kerben into 5 seconds. The gate then. Watch the right. Watch the centre. That's where the quick men are. And it's Prunier from the right-hand side. Koen Hermans gets a flyer. Kilian Prunier from Hermans. Daniel Benson, a massive crash in the middle. Who is that upside down? Looks like Gert van Verven. Gert van Verven there, and also a double there. The Frenchman, the number 47 crew. 2 outfits upside down in the middle of the straight. But does it bother the men at the front? Not a bit. They don't even know. They're away. It's the 94. Double French, well, triple French champions now. From Van Lukener, the red plate. Van Lukener. Now, where did he come from? He was right in the middle over those 2 different lines. We've got 94, Kilian Evon Prunier. The Frenchmen are away. Hermans is flying. Here they come. Here they come. 17 minutes, the clock ticking away here because we do have heavily edited. Hammersmith, Van der Berg and stop. What has happened there? The Mega, they've gone to 2-stroke power and it's stopped. Van Lukener's through, taking advantage of that. Glenn Janssens, what a great job. There goes Leobardis. Leobardis is through on Hermans. Hermans has got going again. Van Lukener has now got the Latvian. This is where the battle is for the championship, but the gap, of course, 31 points. Not a hope at the moment for Leobardis. He dives through on the inside. How quick do you want it? How quick was that? The Mega then versus the Zabel of Van Lukener. Side by side, bashing sidecar wheel into the Latvian. Leobardis then, Daniel Bruno Leobardis now 18 years of age with Van Lukener, and Hermans has got second win. He's got it fired up again. Such a quick bike now. He's on mega power, having moved from the AMS 4-stroke just 3 weeks ago. Van Lukener, Glenn Janssens. See what I mean about the ruggedness, the fierceness, the size of the jumps on this La Colla track, prepared by quad champion Patrick Torini. He, his father, and a team of enthusiasts have literally created a motocross track on the side of a mountain. 10 minutes of normal racing remaining with Kilian Evon Prunier, 94. Are they on target here to repeat their Plomion victory? Well, what a way to go out. They're third in the championship, and that third is pretty much safe ground. I don't think they can be challenged only by Koen Hermans, and he and Ben van den Berg are trailing Van Lukenen as we watch. There, the number 3. But they are third in the race, 3 on the bike. 4th in the championship, though, not 3rd. That's the place they want. Let's see where they can dive back. They're 4th, Lil Bardis, Van Lukenen, 3rd, 4th for Hermans. Kerben, Dion Rietman, sadly out of it, but good to see it's only a breakdown and not another crash. Kerben broke his femur at the opening round of the season, and he's been all year repairing. That's a big bone to break. Biggest bone in the human body, actually. He's had it plated, pinned, massive scar on his hip. Still this battle going on. The Ilbardis boys fighting ahead of Van Lukenen. And now Hermans closing down the championship leader and the reigning champion. Reigning, defending and championship leader. No wonder he's got the red plate. They're a class act. Glenn Jansen's jumped in after 18 months away to take the hot seat from Van Lukenen, who appeared to almost wave Hermans by there, but it was a hand off the handlebar. He gets arm pump. He might well have been flexing his fingers. Neil Bardis now right on the back of Kilian and Evon Prunier. So we've got the battle for the race lead. The Latvian twins are on a mission, diving through the inside. They've blocked the line. Prunier there will be quick. He can get the drive down on the Zabel. Over the jump he goes. And away up the hill. Well, what a race this is for the Prunier boys. We are into half a minute of normal racing time. The clock ticking away on the left-hand side. The captions rolling across your screen. You can see Pruma there, 5th. Weiss and Schneider. Then the Lefferings. Then Daniel Williamson, Mikko Gabor in 8th place. But yay, can he keep them at bay? Well, it's going to be a tough call. 2 laps then. Penultimate lap for Kilian and Evon Prunier. Clinched the French title for the 2nd consecutive, or 3rd consecutive year now. They're pretty much, obviously, the top crew in France, and they've grown so well. That's a clever move by Lil Bardis. He'll stop them this time. Slid across in front, prevented any comeback up the hill by Prunier. Lil Bardis then, these boys, cannot tell them apart. And when you look at them close up, you will agree. I thought one had a moustache, then the other one grew a moustache. Now they've both got beards. They are absolutely identical twins in every sense of the word. They are on their final lap here in La Colla in the opening Grand Prix race. 25 points. No qualifying points because there was no qualifying as such here in Italy. So they're going to have to make do with the 25. But they will eat into Van Lukenen's lead by about 6, I think. Checkered flag for them. Over they go. Victory for Lil Bardis. Koen Hermans also got the better of Prunier. Van Lukenen then bringing it home in, I think, 4th place. Let's get that confirmed. Yes, indeed. Ahead of Tim Pruma and Rodolphe Le Breton. That's good enough. That's good enough. They've got a reduced championship lead. They think, though, they've won it. Still work to do. Lil Bardis, Hermans, Prunier, Van Lukenen, Tim Pruma, Benny Weiss, Patrick Schneider, Lefferings, Daniel Williamson. What a class act he is. I won't say his time of life, I'm still double his age. Davy Sanders, Stefan Wires rounding out the top 10. What a result, though, for the Lil Bardis boys. Well, in the Van Lukenen camp, absolute joy, celebration. They think he's won the championship. Indeed he has. That's Mother. That's Mother. Look at the excitement. They're waiting for the news to come through. Yes, it's all done. Done and dusted. Marvin Van Lukenen retains the red plate. He has won his 3rd title. However, there was to be some drama because a protest came in. Koen Hermans had actually been given a penalty for an alleged offence on a yellow flag. So it absolutely was a done deal. Hermans, though, had his own disappointment. Van Lukenen could not have been more overjoyed. Hard season for him. It started as a tough one in Portugal. He fought through adversity. Glenn Janssens had his share of problems. But at the end of the day, it's done. Dave Edwards looking very serious because of this dispute with Hermans, who was not happy, I can tell you. So a little bit of dissent, a little bit of controversy, but not detracting from the champions' victory. Van Lukenen and Janssens, home and dry in Italy for title number 3. Let the party begin, and I can tell you, the party did begin. Almost tears from Glenn Janssens, a massive hug from his driver. Janssens, an emotional boy.
Yes, yes.
Well, it means a lot, you can tell. A long, hard season, and a painful one for Glenn. Just let the pictures tell the story. What a result. And what a weekend. What a season for all of us. Tears of joy, of course. Hug mummy, why not?
I'm here in the paddock with Glenn Janssens, and there's hysteria here because suddenly this pair have found that they are champions due to an adjustment in the points. Glenn, a fantastic result. Well done.
Thank you very much. It's incredible. If you look at the season, before season, I was not even thinking about sidecar cross anymore until Marvin called me and then was searching for passenger. Yeah, you know, it was with one goal, and to make it happen, it feels crazy. I'm very happy. It's incredible feeling. I'm very thankful to the entire team. Everyone, my family, friends who came to support us. You know, it feels really good, and I'm happy we can finish it this way. Last couple of GPs especially last GP was really hard for us, but yeah, we make it happen, and I'm very thankful to all people behind the team. Thank you very much, everyone.
I can hear your adrenaline is still running, and a first ever championship win for you, that is special.
Yeah, of course it's special. We hope for it. We have trained a lot this year together, and feeling. I think it has to. It has to come inside yet. But I'm very happy. It was a hard race also, first race for me. I'm not feeling really fit, and no, I'm happy it's done, and we make it happen. Yes.
Well done. Go and relax. Enjoy the moment with your friends, and I might see you later for a beer.
Yes, of course. I will see you. Thank you.
Well, there it is then, confirmed. Cannot be caught. Van Lukenen, Lil Bardis, Prunier, Hermans, Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard. That's it. That's how it ends here. Pruma, Leffring, Weiss, Sanders, Stefan Wires. What a result. One more race to go, of course. But, the Prunier boys, they've put that third place pretty much out of reach. Hermans Ben van den Bergart with the new mega engine. Let's hope they go again next season together. Pruma, Rodolphe Le Breton, 6th place for them. We're here in Italy for the final round of the 2024 FIM Sidecar Motocross World Championship, and we're staying in a beautiful, beautiful old town, Pieve Teco. And under our hotel is a cellar garage. It's a bit like an Aladdin's cave. An array of motorbikes, and trust me, there are more elsewhere. But if you think that's special, just follow me outside and have a look at this. These are two absolutely beautiful sidecar outfits. And it's very fitting that we found these sidecar outfits because we're here for a sidecar motocross meeting. Both Moto Guzzi's, both 500cc. They both have the traditional Moto Guzzi outside flywheel. This one, 1929, 1930, hand change. no twist grip, hand throttle. Advanced retard, choke, all on there, so you need to know what you're doing to ride this thing. You set the throttle and go. And coincidentally, it was actually manufactured with the sidecar on the left-hand side, which is unusual for Italy, but in the period, at the time, that's how it was done. It was not just a sidecar bolted on to an existing motorcycle. It's beautifully prepared, beautifully restored, and I absolutely love it. But over there, a later model, 1949, 500cc again, quite a complicated suspension. You can see the friction dampers here, both with girder forks. That is where all of this hinges. That's the spring, friction dampers to stiffen up the action, outside flywheel, kickstart, foot change. It has a twist grip in line with modern day motorcycles, and a really pretty sidecar which very much resembles a cross between, dare I say, a Stibe or a Watsonian Jet 80, but it's a very pretty sidecar, and it has a little twist as well. It's got a dicky seat. So 2 people can ride in this, a child or an adult, 2 people, very nice and comfortable. And the gentleman who owns this is also the owner of the hotel. And he tells me that he and his friends in his youth have done many thousands of kilometres on this one in particular. They're a credit to him, and they're beautifully finished. And then we're going to go racing with some modern day stuff. Funnily enough, there are a couple of Italian sidecar motocross teams in the lineup, and they have their sidecars on the left. The reason they tell me is because back in the day, they bought their motocross outfits from Switzerland, and at that time, the Swiss used a left-hand chair. I hope you enjoy what's coming up. We're going racing. Well, welcome back to La Colla, stunning town, as I said at the top of the show. It really is very beautiful. Of all the places I've been in WSC over the years, and indeed this season, La Colla is right at the top of my list to come back. The people are wonderful. The city, well, it's not even a city, the village is untouched. Look at it. Pure history, absolutely original. So pretty. And it's time. It's time for race 2. We've had race 1, championship done and dusted. The people in this town don't give a hoot what's happening up the mountain. They are in their tranquil surroundings. Patrick Turini is not only a quad cross champion, he's now suddenly an organiser. The Turini Motorsport Club is quite new, but they're putting on this event. Patrick, tell me, when was the club born, and how did it all happen?
Yeah, the club is born 6 years ago for helping me for racing. After 3 years, we buy this track and start to work before some race, national race. And the last year, I talked with organization for World Championship and European Championship, and we start to try organize this event.
When you told me it was a young club and you've already got this level of competition, do you find that running a club and competing is difficult? It's full time, huh?
Yeah, it's so difficult, but I have my girlfriend for help me, his dad, and we are a big family, and we help together we work together.
Well, you're also putting back into Italian motorsport something that you've taken out, and you're also helping others to ride, yeah? Yeah,
of course. He helped me, the federation, and other guys from motorsport, other team helped for this weekend, but usually my motoclub, it's just solo for him.
How many actual members does the club have, or is it just you as an organizer?
For this weekend we are 200.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
For friend help and family and the guys from club. Yeah,
All from this region.
yeah, of course, already Italian.
But what a beautiful region it is, too.
Yeah.
Have you always lived here? Is this where you grew up? Is this where you were a child, in this area?
Yeah, it's so no many, but it's good.
Brilliant. Well, you've done a great job. And what's it meant this weekend? Have you had nervous tummy?
Yeah, of course, too much mistake, but we work together and go for racing.
Okay. Well, the racing relaxes you, and I can see when you're out there riding. You're only thinking of racing.
Yeah.
Well done. It's a credit to you, and may Torini's motorsport go on for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, race 2 then, round the corner, all lady teams, Sophie de Bosque and Talia Marquis. Tim Lafrink and Robbie De Veda, Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard. Not such a good round in race 1, but what can they do this time? They were fast, but they had a couple of issues in race 1. 2 minutes, we're getting close from the final race of the 2024 WSC FIM Sidecarcross World Championship season. The Obardis boys, can they make it 2 in a row? Van Lukena wearing the victory shirt, all in white. And the Prunier boys, well, 3rd place is theirs, done and dusted. All they have to do is bring it home. Koen Hermans, Ben van den Bogart with a point to prove. Can they do it in race 2? They certainly have the speed, as indeed does Prunier. But he does not have to break his bike or break themselves. Just bring it home and get a result to round out the season. 1 weekend from now, we have the Nations Team competition, so everyone needs to stay safe. Herman's focus. A point to prove, I think. Needs to turn his frustration into an adrenaline-charging victory. Race 2 then, 30 minutes, plus 2 laps again. Dave Edwards, our race director, in the middle of the start-finish straight. 1 or 2 photographers doing some last-minute shots. Wilkinson in the middle of the row, coming this way, 91 Benny Weiss. Right over the other side, Prunier again. Hermans, where is he? Well, Van Lukena is right there, alongside... That's Sven Visseling, the number 19 crew. And again, Prunier hard on the right-hand side as you look to them into the 15 seconds. Who's going to get this one? Well, you wouldn't put money against Prunier getting the whole shot again, would you? Van Lukena then, all in white. From the middle of the grid, Herman slightly to his right. Down will go the 15-second board, up goes the 5. This is revs rising, clutches and throttles being feathered, the gate is down, and away we go. Where did Brett Wilkinson go? Oh, it's Prunier again. Prunier 94 again. Hermans had a cracking start as well. That time Koen Hermans very much in the mix. There's Brett Wilkinson. Joe Millard going round. Oh, a mix up there. Who's that got caught up? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Upside down, stuck together. Tom van der Lagervat getting away. Sven Visseling and Nicky de Bruyne. They're stuck. The lanyard has come out, so the engine is killed. Look at this. Wilkinson going really, really well on the back of what looks like Daniel Willemsen. He gets to straighten it. That looks like a bent steering damper. It's not going anywhere. They can't adjust the front wheel. Meanwhile, Kilian Evon Prunier, a flying start again. Where are the Lille Bardis boys? Didn't see them. Hermans Vet, Ben van den Bogart in 2nd place. Then it looks like Davy Sanders and Jarno Stegmans, the number 9 crew. Did they get a flying start? Looks like Sanders in 3rd. Already slipping away. Hermans there, these two, and still Sven Visseling, the 19, stuck there. Yellow flag being waved. Willemsen, Sanders, Wilkinson, Millard. And in the very, very deep red colours, was that a good start by the number 13 as well? Hermans,
Ben van den Bogart then, right on the back of the French brothers. Still a great ride by Willemsen. He really can. I've said time and time again, he really does get the thing off the line. Sanders in fourth. Leffering right there then, trailing as well. Leffering ahead of Hodges. It was Mike Hodges. Mike Hodges, Ryan Henderson, the number 13 British crew. Up in front then, Hermans, Ben van den Bogart have got it. Willemsen going with them. A masterful ride by Daniel Willemsen. Said it many times, and he deserves mention again. 10 world titles over 19 years of sidecar motocross, and Prunier fighting back. So this battle at the front very much still on. Only 5 minutes of racing done so far, but we'll be cutting that, of course. What you're seeing here is a highlight show, all the best bits from race 2 in the final GP of the 2024 season. Now Hermans has got a decent lead, 5, 6, 7 machine lengths, still Sanders, and now Wilkinson and Millard on the back, right on the back of Davy Sanders and Janos Stegmans, the number 9 all-Belgian team. Hermans, Ben van den Bogart then proving the point here. I said they had to. Out in front and looking good. In the sunshine here, it's been cold actually, chilly at night, but the days have stayed dry. Oh, that's Stefan Wyers, Han van Hal out of it. The 418 crew, they've been riding consistently in the top 10 still at the moment of going to press, or rather going to the start line of this race. But now, 23 minutes of racing still to go for Hermans and Ben van den Bogart. We're still in the early stages. Still Willemsen going well. Still Prunier in second place. Now Wilkinson and Millard coming. Sanders coming. So we've got 5 outfits. Through goes Wilkinson. Wilkinson on Daniel Willemsen. Oh, showboating. It's a bit early in the race to do that. Hands in the air over that jump for Wilkinson and Millard. 20 minutes of racing still to go. Willemsen now has got Sanders climbing all over the back. Hermans over that little bunny hop, really. It's a small jump there, but it's a little bunny hop. The alternative line is the one Wilkinson took on the right-hand side of your picture. Wilkinson Millard. Much better ride for them in this race. 5th in the standings, and that 5th now assured. Cannot be threatened. They've had a very hard and tough season with a couple of DNFs, but for those breakdowns they would have been in a stronger position. They too have changed their engine and have moved from an AMS onto a B-Power 640cc Husky. It revs out a bit better. Wilkinson finds it easier to ride. Mega power for this pair. Sanders, he's been faithful to the Mega 2-stroke throughout the season, and indeed last season. So Sanders looking strong here, confirmed to be returning for 2025. He and his wife and child, it's very much a family affair, the whole family travel. She is very much part of it. She said, it's all we know. It's I don't know what life we're going to have, and that is what Gert van Verben's wife said, because he has announced his retirement. She said, I don't know how we're going to spend our weekends. Look at Wilkinson. Wilkinson now on the Prunier case. Closing up now the British crew. Left-hand sidecar, right-hand side of the track. Are they going to take Prunier in the air? Where's it going to be? Well, a tail end ahead of him. That's the Van Eve outfit. Well, I can tell you, looking down, yeah, it is. It's Brian Van Eve, the all-yellow. Tail end is about to be relegated, but that's Prunier you're looking at now with Wilkinson and Millard very much on their case. Through the trees here, this track, as I say, carved into the mountainside. Such hard work has gone into it by Patrick Torini, his father, and a handful of enthusiasts and club members of the Torini Motorsport Club to make this happen. Not just this Grand Prix, they've had Italian national championships here for quads and sidecars. A quarter of an hour, 15 minutes of racing still to go. Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard chasing down Prunier. is it a matter of time? We've seen Brett Wilkinson's style. He actually seems to get quicker as the race goes on. Oh, Prunier boys having to, I think, ease off a little bit. Evan Prunier finding it tough here. All the passengers finding it tough. In fairness, it is a very, very hard track. Physically, on those big jumps, you cannot relax your grip, otherwise you are in some sort of trouble. Through goes Wilkinson. Wilkinson then up to second place here. Herman's race leader, of course. He and Ben van den Boogaard some 12 seconds ahead. But Wilkinson and Joe Millard up to runner-up spot here. Looking strong now, but still 14 minutes of racing to go before we see the two-lap board. The British pairing then, Wilkinson confirmed to be returning for 2025. Not sure about Joe Millard. You know what happens in the close season. We call it the silly season, where musical chairs take place. All sorts of things happen. 6 minutes to go. With Tim Prumer and Rodolphe Le Breton, the number 17 German-French pairing, now closing down Davy Sanders. Can Davy Sanders keep them at bay? Well, that remains to be seen. The German very determined. He too riding a 640 Husky, similar to that now being campaigned by Brett Wilkinson. And he's got Sanders and the Prunier boys. It's a 9-wheeler. 3 outfits almost on the same bit of track. Prumer alongside Sanders. Another back marker. Sanders riding on that defensive line. And look at this. Prumer then on the... Oh, there. And they're the number 43 crew. Number 43 crew being passed out of it. The 143. Ronnie Glure. Swiss crew. I beg your pardon. 143. Sanders with Wilkinson. And now the tail enders then just about into the picture here as they move through the field. Up to, as ahead of, no, not quite, you can see what happened there. Prumer through the inside, almost went over the handlebars on that downhill jump. Sanders though takes that wide line, gets the power on the mega, and still denying Tim Prumer the opportunity to pass. 3 minutes of normal racing before the two-lap board goes out. Koen Hermans, Ben van den Boogaard very much in front. Yellow flag being waved, so no jumping, no passing. Who's going to jump? Koen, no, Kerben out of it again. Kerben, Dion Rietman's second retirement in a row, but mercifully it's only mechanical, not an injury. That is so, so important. We want Justin Kerben to round out the 2024 season in a healthy state so he can have a full campaign next year. Still this battle going on, under a minute to go. Davy Sanders, Jarno Stegmans holding off Tim Prumer and Rodolphe Le Breton. Jarno Stegmans a glance over the shoulder. He knows Prumer's there. Prumer, and he's ridden with Prumer, of course. They started last season together. Jarno Stegmans and Prumer, very much a team that were good. And now, of course, Rodolphe Le Breton, the super sub. I called him a super sub because he rode with so many people, not least of all Daniel Willemsen, but the young French passenger on the number 17 bike, absolutely a class act, has helped Tim Prumer throughout the 2024 season, now ahead of Davy Sanders. Prunier boys still in 5th because Sanders and Prumer have gone past them, but their 3rd place in the championship assured, and that is 2 places better than they aspired to be. They had set themselves a top 5 target, and they are 3rd, home and dry. Hermans, Ben van den Boogaard, Leobardis boys in 6th place, the 101 crew behind Prunier, but are they going to make their way through? Prunier now getting second win, having another stab at Davy Sanders. Koen Hermans, Ben van den Boogaard on their final lap. So something of just desserts here for them. They've proved a point, they've proved their speed, and the penalty on the race 1, whereby they were adjudged to have jumped on a yellow flag, now well and truly behind them. Checkered flag for them, over the tabletop. Koen Hermans, Ben van den Boogaard bringing it home. Good victory, what a way to round out the 2024 season. And the 227 crew of Brian Van Eve and Connor Rudy bring it home a lap adrift. But second place for Wilkinson and Millard. A fine finish for the British crew. Tim Primer, Rodolphe Le Breton third, and the Prunier boys fourth, having reconquered Sanders. Overall result then for La Colla Grand Prix. Hermans wins the event overall by 3 points from Prunier and Leobardis. That is the La Colla Grand Prix podium. Brummer, Van Lukenen, Sanders, Willemsen, Wilkinson, Benny Weiss, Kurt Gordiev, Jens Vincent in the chair. Now, will the Estonian go again in 2025? He didn't say no when I asked him. So let's hope, but it's a long way from the Baltics.
Yeah, as you said, what a result for the year. Even for today, we didn't really like the track, but we gave 100%. Now the time a great all shot. We are very happy with the progression with the start this year, and the beginning of the race was pretty good, but Evan was very exhausted pretty quickly, and I had to find some new solution for the rest of the race. I did it, so we are pretty happy, and we know what to work on for next year.
Yeah, before the season, if you would tell us we end in second place, I think we would be happy. But after those first two races, the goal changed for us. But yeah, it's still good in the second season. We get second place, and yeah, we are maybe not quite happy with the result, but it's still really good. So we have to do it next year, I hope.
Yeah, the second position in the championship is a great result. So congratulations and good luck for the next season.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you know, it was a crazy weekend. Some things happened what never happened on this weekend, but at the end is the only thing what we need is the title, and yeah, we have him, and yeah, we had for sure a little bit stress, for sure. You know, we had small injuries, small or big injuries for Glenn after Rudersberg, so nothing was sure that we can start together, but we make it together and we take the title, and yeah. For me the third one, but for Glenn the first one, and that's the most difficult one, so I'm so happy that he have him.
You made it despite all your injuries, so congratulations to you, and now it's the time for the party.
Yeah, thank you everyone, also sponsors, supporters, everyone at home, also doctors, everyone, thank you very much, and yeah, hopefully something more.
Well, there it is. Red plate, third title for Van Lukenen. Leobardis, those boys will be champions one day. Nothing is more certain. Prunier, Hermans, Wilkinson, they've got it all to fight for next season. It's all up for grabs. We cannot wait. We still have the team competition ahead of us next weekend. Pruma will be happy with 6th. Lefrink and Robbie de Vena. Will the Lefrinks come back as a pairing of siblings? We don't know. Gert van Verven has told us this is his final season, so Ivar van der Wiel will be up for grabs. Who will take him? Vandala, Wyman brothers, more to come from them. Hodges Henderson rounded out this season in absolute style. Visselink, Petter, Tom van der Lagermaat, Willemsen, Frank Mulders. Good in the sand, but we haven't seen him towards the end of the season. What a year it's been. Team competition still to come. Well, a fabulous, fabulous Grand Prix to round out the 2024 WSC season. We hope you enjoyed what we brought to you in the highlight show. And for those of you who have followed us on the live stream, thank you for watching. We're going to do it all again next year, but the team competition is yet to come from Loket in the Czech Republic. From me, Barry Nutley, thanks for joining us.
We never stop, still going when you finish. And even when we bleed, still believe that we can win this. We got what's underneath, you're all about that image. We never even stop at the top, no limits. Champions, and we're the champions. And we're the champions. And we're the champions. So bring it on.
Willemsen is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin Van Lukener certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.